Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream, cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Are we in the same seats?
That's hack.
Ah, muggles.
Accidental rim job in the park.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Or am I just being cynical?
Muggled it up on fucking Mugglepedia.
Where have you been since 9/11?
It's me, it's Muggins, it isn't Cream. Cream is not here because even though he decided to take on Mondays, he took this Monday off because he's been at Nick Cody's wedding. So I am back with Andrew Stanley.
Yeah, but, okay. I mean, he's also in Australia as well.
Yeah.
These are not reasons.
But get this. Look at how gay this is.
It's pretty gay.
This is gay, right?
It's pretty gay.
Nick Cody's just married a girl.
Will you hold hands with a lady for a queer butt?
Dude. He's got knickers in his house.
Nicky's knickers. Nicky knickers.
You know what he did? He got down on one knee. He'd give us some jewellery.
What a guy. You know the other day when we were kissing? He's going to do that with a girl. Nick Cody. More like Nick Cooties. Gave up.
Kissing her soft lips.
Holding her at night while he watches a movie and pretends he's happy even though he'd rather be one of us.
And then he walked down the aisle in front of all of his friends, right? And he said how much he loved her, and he pleaded himself, vowed himself, he vowed himself to her forever, right? And then he gave her a little kiss, and then they went on a honeymoon. Now he's on a beach with a girl. What a gay.
Unbelievable! I heard he's planning to have kids with her and have a family and become happy for the rest of his life. Fuck it!
Oh man! So fucking obviously Daniel had to go and watch that shit.
Yeah, because he's such a gay as well.
I'm gonna miss that. Oh, it's good. I couldn't go, man. I'm so close but so far away. Like,
I know, it's one of those weird things.
We're in the right hemisphere.
Yeah.
But like, it's still a continent away.
Yeah, you're in the right hemisphere, but it would be quicker to go back to London.
It's like
where is it? It's in
like
Melbourne, is it?
It's like being in England and one of your friends getting married in like Croatia. It's in,
I think even that's closer.
It's in Melbourne, is it?
I think is it Melbourne?
Yeah,
so Melbourne's a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, so
it's actually London to New York. Like that's the same distance.
Like? Yeah, it was starting to clock up. Like I was going to have to cancel shows at the festival and shit like that, but I was devastated because get this. This redeems Nick Cody for all the gayness that he's just done. Right, He done the Conor McGregor Billy walk down the aisle.
I know. What a game.
All is forgiven. All is forgiven except marrying a girl.
We should also talk about Sloss did. Actually, I just realised, so if Sloss cancelled it because he's at that wedding, and then you'd gone to the wedding and cancelled it, does that mean I'd be doing this podcast on my own going, just sugar here, boys?
Yeah. Just a spoon.
There's no muggins of cream.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
So people kind of called me sugar online. I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
People were like, yeah, you know what I mean, sugar? I was like, what? And then they were like, no cream. I was like, no, you need to, this is code. We're not in a coffee shop.
Do you know Prison Break?
Yeah.
Do you know Sucre?
We've had this conversation.
Have we?
Didn't we? Yeah, we had this on the last podcast.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. Or maybe it was one of the podcasts that never happened.
It could be. The Ghost podcast.
The Ghosts of Podcast Past.
Yeah, well, when you die, we'll bring out that podcast, even though it's bad sound. It'll be like, oh, we've got this unheard footage of Andrew Stanley.
Yeah. I'll be like a ghost.
So we'll release it next week. Prophecies from Muggins. Have I been wrong yet? Have I been wrong yet?
I'd love to have never done a prophecy, like nothing, never predicted anything, and then just do that. Just say the most ridiculous thing. Have I ever been wrong?
Have I been wrong yet?
I'm not 1-1.
Yeah. Every act you've put on.
Or actually, you know what you do?
That's why you're broke.
You know what you do? You'd actually just say things that are perfectly normal. Like, I bet you that guy likes milk in his coffee. He does. Boom. 1 out of 1.
Have I been wrong yet?
Bet you if I pay for this, I'll get change. Boom. 2 out of 2.
Keep the change. Damn, I was wrong.
I was wrong again. 0 for 0. Sloss did as well. Didn't he tell us that he did an amazing Love Actually thing?
Oh yeah, he held up
Incredible.
the papers and went through the. I don't know what was on them though, because I asked him a question.
Did he hold up the papers? I didn't know that part.
He held up the. Was it not off Love Actually? Where he
videoed. So you know in Love Actually when he films only. What's her name?
That's why he didn't answer. He was confused.
Yeah, he was confused because you just came up with another thing entirely.
He went and done that thing off Love Actually, so I thought he turned up at his house with the papers.
No, but he said he filmed Nick, and then every time his wife came into it, he cut her out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That bit off Love Actually. The bit where he was like, Christmas is all around me. That bit off Love Actually. I'm just doing other bits of love.
okay.
Actually, don't get me confused. Get on board with the bit.
Oh, I should get on board with the bit that you don't know is happening.
Commit to the bit, dude.
Commit to the bit.
Just looking as confused when I'm trying to plug the only other thing I know from Love Actually.
It's like, you know that bit where the T-Rex is in Jurassic Park? Oh, yeah. When they get in the Jeep and the old man's there and there's no dinosaurs yet. What? That's not the bit at all. What are you talking? We said a T-Rex.
Yeah.
But it's very funny. I can't wait to see the video.
As you can see, me and Sugar have got lots of chemistry.
I tell you what, ever since we kissed for 7 hours.
Yeah, we've just been out to sync.
Ever since we woke up what we wanted out of this relationship.
No,
you try a girl really hard. As soon as you get it, you're like, gone.
Gone, yeah.
That's what's happened.
Just knocked it all out of whack.
All out of whack. Ever since my wrist is so sore.
It's because we're taking each other for granted.
You never call me anymore. You live next door.
And I was just checking
the battery.
Also checking I was recording. Absent-mindedness. Something happened to me this morning.
Go on. Something always happens to you.
So I'm cycling to the I'm cycling to the gym
with your sweet ass new wheels.
With me new whip.
With your new wheels.
My custom whip.
So there's this bike that you got for free. We should point out, which I say you got it for free. You probably got skin cancer because you were stuck on a road waiting to get it fixed and stuff so long, and you were out for like 4 or 5 hours in the sun when you went to get it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it did cost you quite a bit of your health.
It's cost us a few years.
So then
my mole started to scab over, and I'm picking at that. I think that might be malignant.
Oh God! So you got seven punctures you had on it.
It was number 6 when I finally.
6, before eventually you went, it's new wheel time.
I've been through 4 inner tubes and 2 punctures, repair kit patches. But I was just like, there's a lot of glass on the cycle tracks here as well, and a lot of fucking branches and debris and thorns and shit like that. I don't think they really care about the cyclists that much.
I think everybody else's bike seems fine.
So I'm having this like fucking bizarre bad luck.
What were your original wheels on it? Just like balloons.
Yeah, it was just like them long balloon animal
long
ones.
balloons,
that,
just Chris Henry just
he
just blew them up and stuck them around the wheels like a clown bike.
Filled them with helium.
Just so they make a good noise.
Yeah, just so.
Every so often you can entertain yourself.
Instead of having suspension, it just took us a little bit off the ground. In fact, I put helium balloons on and cycling upside down.
That makes no sense.
That
makes no sense. Yeah, no, it doesn't even. I'm not even going to let you go with it.
Let me commit to the bit. I'm going to commit to the bit.
Commit to the bit. That's our new phrase now. Commit to the bit. Right, so you're upside down.
I put the helium balloon tyres on, started pedalling, and it was just like, whoop, like, if you put armbands on your feet and jumped in the pool, you just go, whoop, upside down.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you put armbands on your feet float to the top, your head's not on the ground.
Right.
Just like my head wasn't on the ground when I was cycling, upside down.
So what you mean is,
with the balloon wheels, it happened.
It'd be like if you came through the tube from Britain and you'd be upside down when you come out this side.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was just like that. So if you dive through the hole through the world
with helium balloons
you come
into a pool.
You come the right way up.
You come the right way up.
Right. I wish I hadn't committed to that bit. It just collapsed
Your
on
phrase
itself.
is going to be commit to the bit. Mine's going to be don't commit to the bit.
Please don't commit.
No more bits.
So on the 6th time, the tyres punctured, and the tube's punctured via the tyres. I walk in. There's this bike shop. In fact, weirdly, so much glass on the cycle tracks outside the bike shop.
No, that's not weirdly. That's a genius business move.
Yeah. So I fell for it. Hook, line, and fucking sinker. Just walks in and went, bulletproof tyres, please. Genuinely, I want your most bulletproof tyres and your most bulletproof inner tubes, and then fucking give us these thorn-proof, glass-proof tyre shit. So I've got this fucking cool whip now.
They actually do look good. The tyres are really good.
Pretty good, aren't they?
I saw them today. I made a joke. I was like, "They're good tyres," and I was like, "Actually, they're good tyres."
Because I spent a little bit on them, but I was just like, I didn't want to be defeated.
But yeah, I mean, you definitely bought your way out of trouble.
Committing to the bit,
like Chelsea. So yes, go on. So what happens? So you're cycling.
There's a cycling away today. Fucking know nothing can go wrong with my bike, right?
Not that
and then
bike.
All of a sudden, something hits my arm, and I just get this fucking shooting, stinging pain in my arm, fucking bee sting in it. So there's this bee hanging out my arm, and then it ripped its body off and just flew off.
Oh no!
It got us there, right? So I had this little fucking spelk. I thought it ripped off like the whole like bulk of its body. I've never been stung by a bee before.
Oh really?
Right. But it was just the prick, so it just looked like a little spelk sticking out, right? But then, like, a gloop of, like, orange substance next to it, right? So I fucking scream, right? Like, I fucking walk by, like, on my bike. And then my instant thought is, I mean, I've seen my girl, right?
Yeah.
People can die.
Yeah.
And, when we looked up the amount of deaths in Australia because of sharks, bees was top.
No, it wasn't.
Oh no, horses was top. Bees was
Horses.
bees was second.
Horse
top.
was 71, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
bees
were
was
52 or
bees
something.
was
yeah.
up there, right? So I'm there going, oh, like I don't know if I'm allergic to this shit. I don't know if because I've had penicillin before for the first time, and I come out in a rash,
Yeah.
and that's how you find out you're allergic to shit.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
by having it for the first time. And
That's
then
how
you
I
go,
found out I
"Oops."
was allergic to cock.
Yeah,
But I tried like loads of times.
you tried loads.
It's just like,
And then you had an adverse reaction after fucking several gallons of spunk.
no, I still try.
Maybe it's just spunk you're allergic to. Why don't you just pull out and let it go on your face?
Let's pause the podcast. Now we're back.
So, this is actually fucking very related to that, actually.
Okay.
So when I looked at my hand, right, so in my head, I'm like, oh, Macaulay Culkin died in My Girl.
Right.
Well, he didn't
Spoiler.
die. His character did.
Spoiler alert. Why do you keep ruining these movies? I haven't seen My Girl.
All right, Schmolly Schmulkin died in Schmeischmel. So,
Apologies to any 80s movies fans.
so I'm in Australia where literally everything can kill you, right? I've gotten stung by a bee for the first time and I don't know if I'm allergic to them. I don't know if I could go full Culkin. So I do what you're meant to do if you get stung, and I sucked out the venom.
No, you didn't.
I went to suck out the venom, right?
Oh my
Because
God.
there was a spelk there. I thought, well, I'll get that out as well while I'm on.
What's a spell?
Well, the spike that sticks in the arm. And also, I looked at the thing and I was like, oh, no, the goop. And I wasn't going to put it in my mouth. And I was like, oh, no, that'll just be honey. And then I put it in my mouth. It wasn't honey. It was guts. And I was like, bush took a trail.
Hold on one second. You thought bees just shat honey.
Well, I just clicked
You
it.
no.
Click
You
it,
thought bees just
Well, not
shat
shut
honey.
it. I split it open, didn't I? It split open and all the honey that it was storing for later. I take back to the tribe. Take back to the bee cave. Did you hear Gareth and Sloss's podcast?
No.
Sloss forgot what a beehive was. He started calling it a bee cave.
Bee cave.
Bee cave.
Now, focus here. So you thought the pus that was coming out of the needle
That had just ripped half
sting
his
that
body
just
off.
ripped off, but you thought that was honey.
Well, it looked like honey.
You thought so you think bees are flying honey pods?
I thought that's why they had the big fat, like.
You think that's why they're yellow and black? So like that the yellow's the honey trying to seep out or something?
Well, I don't care about such specifics. You know, I barely spare this a moment's thought as it happens, Andrew. But on this moment, I was like, went to suck the venom out because I need to. I don't want to die, right? Then went the guts, and then went, oh, it's just honey, and then went done it anyway, and then was like, oh, it's guts. So then a bush took a trail,
By accident.
but this
Yeah.
is what made me laugh.
What?
So there's people around, you know, there's people on the footpath, on the cycle lanes, there's people in the cars. Basically, what they saw, they didn't see the bee.
They just saw you
They just saw me.
kissing your own muscle.
War cry,
Yeah.
right in my back, and then mwah, and
And then
just
mwah, and then going, I'm disgusted at my own muscle.
kiss my gun, and then do like a little
Spit out.
Yeah.
That guy is intense when he works out. I've seen that guy going to jits every morning. He is intense. That's how these jits guys warm up.
Oh man, but one thing I can say, it as well, because I haven't had a little drink in a while. I'm cycling away. I've got a dry throat.
Yeah.
And I was like, because my throat was dry, I was going, is that my throat closing? What would I do if my throat closes? Would I just like start waving people down, going, "Oh, a bee got us"? Like if you did start going into anaphylactic shock because of a bee, you can't just expect people to assume a bee got you, right? But you don't want it to be too far where your throat's closed and you're like fucking seizure or whatever happens when you. So what do? Do you like? You start feel the onset.
You take
and
your
then
phone
start
out
telling
and you
people.
type it out into your notebook, on your notes on your phone, and
then-
you hope that they can read your writing.
And then do it like heads up where you put it on your head and.
No, you hope they can read your writing.
Oh, I remember when I did that. I couldn't read my own writing on a text when I was off my tits. That happened. That brought you joy.
Oh, that was funny.
Because it wasn't even with you. Actually, it was when I was with Sloss.
Yeah.
With Sloss, I was trying to read something off my phone. And I was like, I can't even read my own writing. And Sloss was like, it's a text.
He ratted
And
you into the group immediately.
I instantly texted to the group saying, "Oh my God, Sloss just said he couldn't read his own writing."
Yeah. The thing that gets people out of things more in our group than
Then-
throwing someone else under the bus who's done nothing wrong.
Done nothing wrong.
They're not even
the thing
out.
that you've done, you quickly tell everybody that somebody else did it.
They're not even hanging around with us.
But then he got a recorded confession out of us.
That's true.
Another day.
Yeah, you know, he
brought
sneaked it.
He brought it out of us. He was just chatting to us, and he was like, "Oh, I still need to get you back for that time when you fucking put it into the group about this." And I was just like, "You'll never get us back for that. It was a fucking perfect crime." And then he stopped recording and sent it there.
Mid-tour, 2015 or something like that in Europe, wasn't it? It's a pretty intense WhatsApp group that we're in. Roscoe was like, one of the jokes I was going, man, I can't believe that joke got nothing. He's like, that's an intense group.
No, what was it? I can't believe that rape joke got nothing. And then Roscoe went, dude, your WhatsApp group's intense.
I was like, you've no idea how much consideration goes into people who come into this group.
Yeah.
It's an interview process.
If you like spend 2 hours off the grid, it is far too much to catch up on.
Oh my God. I was like, where was I? I don't know where I was the other day. I came back and there was 195 messages.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no.
You have to need a long shit.
Yeah, that was really long
to
shit.
Enjoy. I love what Barry does, because Barry will go away for a long time, go abroad or something, and then come back and he'll do a big catch up and then give his highlights.
Yeah,
he does like a match of the day of the.
You always
the
feel
WhatsApp.
bad when you're not in one of the highlight reels. You're like,
I left me and you out completely.
Yeah, I
the
was
last
like, man,
one.
we had some gold in there.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
jealous ones never prosper.
Jealous that he's never been to Australia.
No,
I think he's been here a few times.
he was jealous. Yeah, actually,
He said I had a great time.
He's doing the gigs I'm doing now.
We were
That's
hanging out
what
with
he
him.
did. Yeah.
Drunk with, I lived with him last year. Don't think he's been here. Anyway, how's Australia going? You having a good time? Enjoying yourself?
Yeah,
You're ripped as a machine now.
Yeah, it's starting to pay its dividends now, isn't it?
Yeah, you
Is that
killed
what
the
they
man
say?
last night, didn't you?
He's dead. Choked him out. I went to a Mai Tai event last night, I tell you that.
Did you go to it?
Yesterday.
That was during the day, yeah.
Yeah, it was during the day. Oh, fuck, I haven't showed you the photo on my phone. I tried to Snapchat it, but I didn't have any signal.
But you know you can still Snapchat and it just goes out later.
Yeah, but I need to resend it now, or unless it's sent already. However, let me just explain the photo today, because it's on a podcast anyway. So
Okay, go on.
I went to a Mai Tai event, but it was in a school. It was in Forest School in Morley.
Right.
So I went there, and they've used the gymnasium, like the five-a-side courts, basketball courts, or whatever. They got the court up and everything. And someone's wearing a T-shirt that said "Be the Predator." Right? Be the Predator in big writing, and then small writing, not the prey. Right? But he's in a school.
In a school.
In a school with "Be the Predator."
In a
on
high
his
school,
back.
just going, I didn't even know there was a Muay Thai event. I hung around
my
there.
God.
Oh man, on a Sunday, I brought my lube and everything.
What am I doing on a Sunday?
Sunday, this is weird.
Like just loads of grown-ups.
Those are, oh god, this is not a turn on. This is the opposite of what I'm looking for.
I'll be the prey yet again.
I can see this in the mirror. I'm sweating a lot while I'm here. That's what I'm doing mostly. Sweating a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing is when I'm sweating, like if I have a workout, I can't stop sweating for a long time. I want to get showered and do some shit, but like, are we complaining about it being hot? Is that
No.
what we're doing?
Because we're complaining about sweating. I think it's well, probably when you sweat in your arms and stuff, you probably just lick it off and spit it onto the ground.
Yeah.
So that looks like water.
Slip it up.
Looks like water coming out of me. I'll get that water off me. Oh, that's not water. Shit. You've been actually. I'll tell you what's been most impressive about you over here is you've been very healthy. You haven't been drinking much or anything like that.
Yeah, I've been.
You go through that though, right? You go through phases like that, right?
Well, I catch myself because I'll say something I don't like in the mirror and I'm like, I deal with that immediately. Because there's some comedians are like the Ghost of Christmas Future where they've got like you can tell they're not meant to be fat guys because they've still got the same limbs. They've still got the same arms and legs.
Yeah,
it's like a thin dude, but they've got the big ball and ball belly.
Yeah.
And I always look at that and think, yeah, I'm partying like them dudes, and I'm going to end up like that if I don't catch it. So. Because that doesn't happen overnight. You don't get a gut like that overnight.
I think you do. 1-2 nights maybe.
A couple of nights, a big session.
Big McDonald's.
Hardcore session.
Big McDonald's after a pizza, and that's happening. I think what the when you're talking about that physique, it's when you see it and it's solid.
Yeah.
You're like,
it's
man, how do you get rid of that then?
It's like Dr. Robotnik, you know, of Sonic. The bag of Sonic where it's like a big ball and ball belly and then the little limbs.
I don't even know that's his noise.
Do his noise again. Uh-oh. Oh, the end of boss.
I'm a hedgehog. Love that game. Classic.
Classic.
Love that game. My name's Sonic.
Remember Sonic 2? Tails, my name's Tails. That was it, wasn't it?
Foxo Tails. Tails.
What was Sonic 3 again?
Sonic 2 was just like, I'm still fast.
I'm still fast. I've got a friend called Knuckles. No one uses Tails no more.
Coming to get you.
Catchy little jingles then,
Yeah, it was catchy. And then Robotnik came in like, oh, speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Sonic.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Robotnik.
Doodle-doo. I paused it.
Oh. Get back in there. And we're back. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, we should offer congratulations to Damo Clark.
Yes.
He had his first child.
Why is that speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog?
He always wears a Sonic the Hedgehog cap.
Yay! Demo had a child. Oh, yeah, so he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for knowing my friend well.
Now I see the link.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, he just had a kid gayer than Nick Cody.
Yeah.
As in, Damo's gayer than Nick Cody.
He put a child in a woman.
Made a woman pregnant.
He pulled a child out of a woman. He's going to raise it and feed it and that.
God.
Yay.
Probably take care of that. He'll grow up to be a really, really respectable man.
Couldn't think anything worse.
He is. Yeah, he sent me a picture the other day. We were talking, and he is properly the most bogan kid I've ever seen. He has a mullet.
He's got a kid with a mullet.
Kid with a mullet.
Can I explain bogan to the UK listeners? Have we done this? Did we explain this last time?
I don't think so.
About the Lake Chavs?
We started out when we did the podcast outside, so it didn't go out.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Because I've been talking about it on stage. About how the chavs in the UK, because bogan is just the chav over here.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think it's you know what? I think it's a less. And I know you're going to say a similar thing. Yeah, I think it's more like they're more good natured.
Yeah, they've got a mullet. They've got a Duff beer in their hand.
Yeah.
They're watching NASCAR.
They're more like rednecks. Yeah, they're more like rednecks than chavs.
Yeah, they might be a little bit bigoted, but they're not going around fucking burgling your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's what I think it is. Yeah.
So I was just saying about how our equivalent is they're intimidating. Because if you see a group of chavs and as well, they've got big jackets on, they've got hoodies on because it's always cold weather, even if it's the summer, right? So they're dressed under, like you don't know if they're built, you don't know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, there's weapons.
You don't know if they're concealing a weapon. And I was saying over here, yeah, bogans, they wear like vests and shorts.
Vests and a short.
I can't be intimidated by someone if I see their ankle.
They don't even have, because I think they don't even have shoes.
It's adorable.
Yeah, if you're like, I'll just run over there to that little spiky area. They can't follow me.
So maybe we'll have to talk about that
people
already.
say actually.
I've been repeating that a lot this week. That's one of my little bits.
That's one of your bits. That's one of your. You can try that in one of your little skits.
Yeah.
What you do?
Try that on stage.
Try that in one of your sketches on stage. Try that in one of your little stage plays. You know when people say if a group, you were saying there, like a group of chavs, be really intimidating. Wouldn't a group of anything be really intimidating? Like a group of women on a hen night. Intimidating? You know, a group of well-dressed lads. Group of rugby players. Aren't they all?
I don't know. Group of paramedics.
Fuck yeah, I'm not messing with them. They're the worst. Imagine messing with a paramedic. They beat you up, heal you, beat you up again, repeat.
Oh god, it would
like
be like
a terrible
Purgatory.
level of Sonic 5.
You'd never die.
Sonic 5.
Just restart the level.
Paramedics.
Sonic 5. Paramedics. So we are outdoors and the draft's starting to pick up. Do we worry that might affect the sound?
No,
because we have dropped the ball so many times.
I think it'll be okay.
So I made you laugh yesterday. I'm going to repeat my joke.
I don't think so.
I did.
I don't think so. Let's get this on record right now. I've never laughed at another comedian.
You caught me having a beer when you were mentioning I was eating like really healthy and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
I took Sunday off. I'd been training 10 days straight. I hadn't ate a fucking gram of sugar in any of my fucking meals. I'd been eating clean as a whistle, spinach with everything. And then you caught us with a beer and you were like, "Oh fuck, you were working out." And I went, "It's cheat day. Natalie will be livid." And then he wasn't piped up and went, "Every day is a cheat day."
Every day's a cheat day. Dan Willis. A great joke. What a great joke. Oh, it's cheat day Sunday. I've banged 7 women. Oh, cheat day. Oh, I'm going to feel it tomorrow. My body will be wrecked.
A moment on the lips and lifetime on the conscience.
A moment on the back. You never forget it. Never get your marriage back.
No.
Oh, Jesus. That was funny. That was the best. I think that was the best line you did. I was at that gig that was a really good gig, but had one of the most horrific audience members in a long time. It was really sad. Well, first of all, there was a really weird couple. Really weird. It was just...
She was recording everything. The girl on the left was recording the whole show, and I was trying to make myself conscious about it. I was pretending I was furious that she was recording it on portrait instead of landscape.
Oh, yeah.
And just subverting the fact that I was a bit annoyed that she was recording it.
Yeah.
Just in the hope that she'd put it away. But she recorded the whole show.
She started recording while you were on, and then she recorded Gordon as well. Yeah, and then before Kerry, that's when I ripped her apart for it.
Yeah,
and it was one of those ones where it's weird because you try and rip them apart to make a joke, and it turns out then I found out later that she's kind of minor TV celebrity apparently.
Was it not Babe Station?
She's like Babe Station or something like that. In Channel 10.
Them girls are never off the phone.
That's it. She was just working. I tell you what, if she was putting that out on Babe Station, people were not getting their money's worth last night. Just me shouting at her.
Yeah. Brian's eavesdropping. Do you know what? One of my friends, because you can eavesdrop where you phone babe station and you can hear whoever she's talking to.
Okay, yeah.
You could. So when my friend lived with his parents, he eavesdropped on babe station. Oh, hold on, I'm going to pause this because there's a bin wagon. Oh, can we get away with it?
Oh, it's gone. Go on, it's fine.
That's annoying. Stop putting bins away. There we are. That told him. My mate started eavesdropping on Babe Station, so he rang the number on a fucking premium number on his parents' landline when he lived at his parents, right? And his mum picked up the phone downstairs to use it and started eavesdropping on him, eavesdropping on Babe Station.
What? That is some, like, what is it?
What the fuck is going on there?
That's
Inception.
Inception
Babe,
shit. Yeah.
Babeception.
Babeception.
No, Babeception.
The Babeception's definitely better than Babe.
Stationception.
Let me mix those words up. Babe Inception Station. Nailed it.
That sounded actually great. Let's use that one. Let's record this whole segment again and then
copyright. Copywritten. We own that now. Set up the website.
So she was Babe Station. How did you find that out?
So she said it to Roscoe in the middle. So this guy Roscoe McClelland does this great game called. So he puts a pair of sunglasses on, and then he plays a game with the audience called "Am I looking at you or am I looking at something else?" One of the best things I've ever seen. So he's doing it yesterday. And first of all, he's doing it in a kids show. And he also does things, so he makes up stories, and the kids have to say things that are used in the stories. 2 kids yesterday, says first time it's ever happened. He goes, the first kid, he goes, and out of his pocket he pulled right, and the first kid goes, "These nuts." And Roscoe was like, "Peanuts, very good, little boy." Then he goes to like another little, even smaller child who's sitting on his mother's lap, right? And he goes, and he pulled out of his pocket, and the kid goes, "A dildo."
Oh,
and he was just like, "Yes, some polos."
Ladies and gentlemen, baby bogans.
Baby bogans. So then last night he was doing the middle section of the show that had that girl Nikki at it, who was filming everything. And so he decided to play that game. Am I looking at you or looking at something else? And he goes to her. He's like, "What's your name?" She says, "Nikki." He makes a joke. And then he goes, "Am I looking at you or am I looking at something else?" She takes out her left tit and goes, "I bet you're looking at this." And he's like, "That's not how this game works."
It's the first time anyone's ever been right.
Ridiculous. So then she was then talking to him afterwards, explaining that she was with Channel 10 and she was there with the producer and everything. And then she's filming the gig and all that. And then it got to that awkward time though, where the first time she got slammed, you think, "Oh, okay, she can tell I'm annoyed now." Well, and it was still laughter and everything. But then by like the 4th one, you're just shouting at a person.
Yeah.
You're not even doing comedy anymore.
While they're recording you.
Yeah, while they're recording.
She's got a recording of you just like
shouting
put
at
the
it.
fucking phone away.
Yeah. But it was just such a stupid thing. I never understand photos at comedy, maybe, but filming, it's just.
Who's that for?
It's just not. Like, live in the moment, guys.
Saying that though, I had pretty decent gigs, so I'm not that bad, not that mad.
I mean, not from the angle she filmed you. I mean, that was cheat day. You were huge.
Yeah, you would be able to see my hard on from the side. We should record from the front so it wasn't so obvious I had a boner.
Yes, it wasn't sundialing.
Sundialing. Is that walking around with a boner?
Yeah, I just made that up.
You know what time it is.
Fucking nailed it. You know what time it is. 7 p.m. according to my left-shaped penis. Left-shaped. What is that?
Hey, should we do a little bit of Muggle Corner?
Let's do it. Let's go for it. I really struggled with these today.
Did it? I can't wait to hear how shit they are. What I'm going to do, because I'm just concerned the batteries might need changing at some point, I'm going to pause this and then unpause it again.
Okay.
The podcast listeners didn't need to know that, but you know what? Break the fourth wall. And we're back. And we're going to come straight into a Muggle Corner. You've got yours open on your phone already.
Yep. You go, though.
I'll go first. This is something that I wrote down yesterday, and then you did it today when I was talking to you.
Really?
And I really wanted to pull you up on it.
Oh, no
to
way.
tell you how much of a muggle you were.
Go on.
But I thought I'm going to save it for the podcast. It's when, you know when you're telling a story that includes a back and forth between two people?
Okay.
And then he said, and then she said.
Yeah.
Right? Where you go, and he said, "You've got to be there at 10 o'clock. And then she said, "Oh, I'm going to be a bit late. I'm going to be there at 11. Right? That's all you need to know. Right?
Yeah.
But you and other muggles add. And then he said, "You've got to be there for 10 o'clock and blah, blah, blah." And then she said, "Oh, you've got to be there for 11 and blah, blah, blah." And you just add like a and blah, blah, blah to whatever they're meant to be saying in the conversation.
Yeah.
And it's so unnecessary. But
but
so frequent.
But in my stories, they say blah, blah, blah.
Well, you're talking to freaks. You're talking to fucking stone cold freaks, mate. Kill them. Snap their necks. Snap their necks, bleed them dry. Right, snap their necks. Fucking hang them up by their ankles. Slit their throat and just bleed them out.
blab them out.
No. Blabberigin.
I mean, string them up, cut their neck, bleed them out till they die, and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 and whatnot. It's like, it's almost up there with, and then I turned around and said, you've got to be there at 10 o'clock. And then she said, she turned around and said, I'm going to be there by 11. And then I turned around and said, oh, we can't be that late. And then she turned around and went, well, I've got any choice. And I'm like, are these two people spinning around while they're talking and saying blah, blah, blah? It's just the unnecessary shave the conversation down to the component parts that are required.
So it should just go like, there was a guy and a girl. Done.
Nah. So what's happening is you're basically saying when you're adding it and blah, 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 you're saying there was more to the conversation than that, but I'm telling you what you need to know.
Yeah.
But it makes me kind of intrigued. I'm like, what's the blah, blah, blah bit? Because how am I meant to...
But yeah, listen, when we became friends, the very first thing I said to you was, this is on a need-to-know basis. And I just choose what you need to know. And even if you want to know, you don't need to know. Blah, blah,
Well,
blah.
what I heard, what I heard you said is, this is a need-to-know basis, blah, blah, blah.
Actually, what I said was, this is a need-to-blah, blah basis. And you were like, need to what?
Right, this is what I'm going to do. It's muggly, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
It is muggly.
Yeah. Like, I tell you what, actually, here's how I know it's muggly. I would never do that on stage.
Yeah.
Like, I would never say that on stage.
Because why would you? So why, like, so if anyone says in blah, 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 from now on, I'm going to do one or two things. I'm just going to go blah, 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 blah.
I don't even want to hear the second option.
Right.
I think you should just do
Is that enough?
That's it. Or you should.
Yeah, I should have done that second because that was the topper. That was definitely the topper.
You don't make a pizza with pepperoni on the bottom.
But this is the... exactly, right?
All the flavours in the bottom.
That'd be really cool though, because it comes out and you're like, oh, margarita. Oh, well, I'm going to eat it anyway. It's not like I'm going to go, oh, margarita, no thanks, I'm still hungry. And then you take a bite and you're like, ah, you cheeky devil.
You cheeky pepperoni. You cheeky little pepperoni playing hide and seek.
So here we are. Here's the cheese that layers over the top of the pepperoni that you already know's there. We're really bad at metaphors.
This is
Metaphor feast.
Pizza.
Oh, we're the worst.
Blah, blah, blah. Go on.
Blah, 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 blah,
What's your,
blah, 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 blah.
what's your second option?
The second option is just like act like you're really interested in what the blah 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 is. So then he said, I'm going to be there at 10 o'clock and blah blah blah. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What did they say after 10 o'clock?
What blah, blah, blah?
What was the thing?
Was it second blah?
You
Or
said
first?
that said blah blah blah.
Second blah or the first blah?
Yeah. What was that there?
Was it Waterford blah?
Oh, that wasn't blah. That was fucking necessary. That's
Yeah,
important.
that's not blah.
Devaluing
If
what it
anything,
does.
that's blah, blah. There's not blah, blah, blah. You know,
Blah.
how much are you going to commit to the first one? Like, if somebody says blah, 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 how much are you definitely going to do what you just did?
What, the first one?
Yeah, yeah.
The
Are you going to commit
blah
to that?
blah 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 blah.
Yeah, yeah. Are you going to commit to
You
that?
start like really fingering my lips, going blah 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 blah.
Just smuggy top lip all over it. Are you going to do that?
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah.
I am going to shout blah, blah, blah at your gig.
Well, that doesn't count.
And why does that not count?
Because you're not using it in the context of a
I will.
conversation.
I'll tell a story.
No, because
I'll tell a story.
This is corrective behaviour.
I'll
where
tell a
I've gotta-
story. I'll stand up as they're telling a story and I'll go, actually, sorry, you're busy, blah, blah, blah.
Actually. And then I'll just go blah, 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 blah. And everyone will go, this guy's a genius. Man, that's the best heckle put down I've ever seen.
And then somebody will turn around and go, what do you mean, blah, blah, blah? That was really interesting. Cancel the show. I want to hear what happened to this story.
I need to hear this.
Yeah, that is muggly. I'll agree with that.
And blah, blah, blah.
And blah, blah, blah. That's fair enough. All right, we'll go to my atrocious ones. Muggles say, I couldn't give a shit about countries' big sporting events. You know, people who don't like sports. And then they go, and then like, so the Six Nations obviously started this weekend, right? And people don't like sports and they go, oh, there's something on. To be honest, I couldn't give a shit about it. It's like, you don't have to say you don't give a shit about it. You just have to don't express an interest.
Yeah.
You have to slag. And it's not.
Let other
if
people enjoy
If
it.
it was just like, if it's club football, if it's Liverpool United, fair enough. That's small, marginalised, you know. But if it's a country thing, it's like, there's people who don't like rugby, but they're watching it because the whole country's watching it. The whole country's behind it.
People have got this real need to be relevant. So what'll happen is the Super Bowl was on last night, right?
Yeah.
You see, I'm going to say it right now. I'm disinterested.
Now, I should say, what before you go on, it was probably the best Super Bowl I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
The biggest comeback in Super Bowl history, 28-3 down. Tom Brady, who is literally the greatest quarterback to ever play the game now, won a 5th Super Bowl ring by coming back to level it with a minute to go, 28-all, and winning it in overtime with a sudden death touchdown.
Wow. And now you've said Super Bowl so much, I want a bowl of soup.
Campbell's? Blah, blah, blah.
So the thing, everything you just said to me there about the Super Bowl, it bounces off us because I'm kind of
Because you're not, you're not into it. Yeah,
I'm not invested in it. But so I'm aware that it's going on last night.
Yeah.
So what I did is I went to bed, and then I woke up and I got on with my day, and I just completely avoided the fact that it was on because other people are loving it.
Yeah.
It's not really for me.
Yeah.
I just step aside. Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Right? But there's other people in my position that see other people chatting about the Super Bowl and enjoying the Super Bowl and then putting something out there or saying something because they feel like they need to be relevant about it, but they've got nothing to say.
Yeah.
When you've got nothing to say, don't say nothing.
And and it's especially when it's a country thing. That's what annoys me more than anything, because it's just like it's so when a country's doing well at something.
Yeah.
It's so community spirited. You know what I mean? Like when Ireland got to the quarterfinals of Italia '90. Like, you've never seen a country celebrate like they did. Like, it was insane. It was like we'd won. Like, it was like, because it said final, we were like, we've won.
That was Jackie Charlton as well,
That was Jack Charlton, yeah.
Which, by the way, Ashington lad.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
amazing. So, yeah, he's obviously freedom of the country and everything. He's such a hero in Ireland. But, like, that culture around then, like, because it was a miserable time in Ireland at the time. It was so, like, it was in the middle of a recession and everything. But it was, like, properly amazing. Same with Wales this year when they got to the semis. It's a huge thing.
Yeah.
So for people to then just slam that down for no reason.
Just because they don't like the sport.
Yeah, you're like, fair enough, you don't like the sport, but you don't like your country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't like them doing well. You don't like people being happy.
I remember being fucking delighted when England won the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah.
Without ever following rugby, right? I just seemed to get sucked into this
I watched
national
that
pride.
game. I remember watching that game.
That's the
amazing.
Johnny Wilkinson.
The Johnny Wilkinson final, yeah, when he scored at every point.
And then, actually went out on the piss because of that.
Yeah.
And ended up on a night out in Newcastle where everyone was buzzing because that country had just won a World Cup. And why would you reject that?
So weird. It's just, was it 2001, 2002, 2001, something like that? 2002, I think, yeah. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's just everybody's into it. And it's a good thing. Like, there's no reason not to be into it.
And just, as well, like, publicly rejecting it so that you can get some sort of attention off it.
Yeah. It's weird.
Get in the corner. Have a little think about that.
Go on.
Have a little think about that. And blah, blah, blah. Right. I caught Gareth doing this on last week's podcast.
I'm
catching people being muggles.
Yes, snitches get stitches, man.
Yep. Yep. Why do you think I look like fucking? Oh,
what do you think that bee stung me today? That was a snitch. That was a bee snitch. It was a sting operation.
Oh my god. Wait.
That's for you, Tommy H.
Oh, Tom Horton loves them. Loves the puns. Right. Before I bring up this Muggle corner, I just want to. I got us thinking today. Getting stung off the bee. You know Muhammad Ali, he says, fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Float like a butterfly.
Float like a butterfly.
Yeah.
Sting like a bee.
Yeah.
Fly like a butterfly.
What? All over the shop? That's actually how you get Parkinson's.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That's why it's pretty harsh in our WhatsApp group.
Oh, Muhammad Ali, we love you. Thank you for your entertainment. Thank you for everything you brought to the world. But also thank you for setting Andrew Stanley for that joke.
I'll tell you, when I was thinking about that joke there, I was like, this is shaky.
Oh, no.
That's a Tommy Topper. A Tommy Topper.
Well, what I was about to say isn't anywhere near that, so that was the pepperoni under the cheese right now. So I'm just going to cheese all over it with. He said sting like a bee, right?
Yeah.
Well, that bee stung us, and it was like annoying, and I worried about it for a minute, but the bee died, right? So sting like a bee would be like annoy someone to the detriment of your own life. Sting like a bee ain't a threat. It's like, what, you're gonna like nip us and then die.
Yeah, just like
you're gonna flut around, not knowing where you're going, and then kind of bite us and then die. All right, bring it on, Muhammad. That sounded strangely like Islamophobic.
Yeah, that was definitely, yeah. I mean, if there's people who listen to this podcast who are like, we need to get them now. If the FBI taking this down from the inside, bring it on, Muhammad.
You know, if you pulled a gun on Muhammad Ali, would you go to hell because you're not allowed to draw Muhammad?
I'm not even going with that one.
No.
That is a
He's
trap.
pulled a gun like a draw.
I get the joke. I know
Like
how
a
it
Western.
works.
That's a great movie, isn't it? Like a Western.
Like a Western.
Should I get back to the Muggle corner?
Let's get back to Muggle Corner.
I apologise to the East. Fucking infidel. Adulting then?
Oh my
I
God.
just glitched. Adulting? When people talk about adulting.
Yeah. Like it's a verb.
Well, Jean posted it on Facebook. That's in the dictionary now.
Oh, it is. That's right.
But because Gareth had to go and sort out his mortgage, he's like, I've got to go and be an adult. I'm like, that's really muggly, because you're an adult, right? From the minute the minute you're jacking off, you're an adult, right?
I don't think that's I don't think that's legally it.
Fuck law, right? You start taking accountability for yourself at quite an early age in this life. I'm from a council estate in Blythe, mate. I fucking raised by the streets.
I know where you're from. You don't shut up about it. Jesus.
But you take accountability for yourself, right? But it's just this kind of pansy little studenty. Oh, I'm being an adult now. I made my own beans. Like fuck it. You're an adult the minute you wipe your own arse and put your own fucking butt. Maybe not. Maybe not. Not at the age of 6.
How early did you wank?
But when you're in your mid-20s talking about I've got to go and be an adult, like you're living this eternal child life. What I like.
But I think that's what it is. I think like Xboxing and using
especially
apps
comedians as well.
Yeah.
You feel like you're an eternal child. So when you have to do, but I like to word it like this. It's technically the same thing, but I've got to do some real life shit.
Yeah.
Because we're living in this fucking snow globe where everything's fucking peaches and cream, and all of a sudden you've got a speeding ticket you've got to deal with, and you've got to deal with some real life shit, and that's how I refer to it. When I hear someone, I've got to go and be an adult, I'm like, fuck off.
Especially during these
Gareth.
Especially during these festivals as well. I was chatting to this girl who's from an improv crew, and she was saying to me, she was like, oh yeah, the rest of them are gone to Adelaide. I was only here for a few weeks, but I'll be down in Adelaide and Melbourne before I have to go back and just get out of this dream. And you're like, yeah, that's what it is. It's like a little dream world. And even you forget about things back home. You know what I mean? You forget, you're like, oh crap, yeah, there's that thing's due that day. Yeah. This bill's coming out of my account.
Tonight, I'm running gigs tonight.
Yeah.
I'm so disconnected for it. I've been on top of it and keeping in touch with Gav about the Punch Drunk run that's coming up and making sure the acts are getting collected at the right times and everything. So it's going on. But then it's still I'm just in this little desert island. And even though I've got business to attend to.
Yeah, because I run the cellar while I'm gone, the international.
It's such a weird feeling, isn't it?
It's weird because you got to schedule the emails, do everything like that. It's just you're kind of trying to be on top of things.
Yeah, adulting.
You're adulting. Adulting is so hard, guys. So hard adulting.
Guys, right. I get what you're saying when you say you're adulting.
Better phrase.
But just say you're dealing with some real life.
Well, unfortunately, that phrase is now never going to go away as well.
Life admin as well. I like saying that. I've got some admin
in the dictionary now. It's never going away.
And Scrabble just got a whole lot fucking more annoying.
I don't think that's...
If someone puts adulting down in the middle of a game of Scrabble when you're trying to child.
But first of all...
You're trying to play board games. Oh, remind me that...
No, but then you get to make the joke. Then you go, how ironic. Here we are playing a board game. And you said adulting. Reminds me I've got to do my mortgage.
You noticed how difficult it's been for me to say adulting?
Yeah. I think that's why you don't like it. I want to not put it in the corner just so you have to say it more.
Because, in my accent, you can't, Dick Whittington. I can't say Dick Whittington. I say Dick Whittington, and it aborts the word out my nose. And if I say it properly, Dick Whittington, I just sound like a fucking sat-nav. Birmingham. Dick Whittington went to Birmingham.
Dick Whittington went to Birmingham and he had to do some adulting.
I'm bitting you here as well because I've done that on stage before.
Dick Whittington went to Birmingham and adult.
Valid though.
I think your accent is essentially just this. Adult. As you just said.
Efficiency. Efficiency, mate. We're fucking evolved.
So that's what Australians do, actually, isn't it? Australians always shorten things out. Oh. And then a comedian on stage yesterday, right, said, all you're trying to do is get inside a girl's puss. And I was like, just say the why.
Shorten the word pussy.
Just say the why. How quickly do you need to be inside that pussy?
Kerry killed me yesterday. He's been working on this bit, right? He's been working on a bit, but he'd done it a little bit wrong on stage. But this is how, right? So the bit is about how children, this is Kerry Marks, children learn how to speak at a younger age in Australia because adults speak more like children. There's not much difference between, this is how it's meant to go, there's not much difference between Boo Boo Baba Gaga and Bevy at the Barbie the Savo. right? And it's quite a fucking really funny bit.
Good
and we're
rhythm,
chatting
yeah,
about
yeah.
it in the kitchen, and then I saw him go into it for the first time on stage, right? So he's got in his head, like, and he was struggling to get his tongue around the tongue twister of this Avo, Barbie, Bevy, and remember what they were. And he went on, and he just went, Goo Gaga Baba's not too dissimilar to Abo Barbie, right? And I was like, what the fuck? I'm at the back, and people were like, it took him a while after, like, to remember what Barbie was next. And then when he said Barbie, it kind of diffused the tension because it's such a silly word, Barbie. And like, they realised what he was doing, and like, he totally got away with it, right? And when he come off, I was like, dude, I can't believe you fucking said that. And he was like, said what? And he was like, I said Arvo, this Arvo. And I was like, you didn't, man.
They didn't.
You said Arvo. And then like, customers are coming out, and he goes, hey, did I accidentally say? And he asked one of the punters, and they were like, yeah, that's what it sounded like you said. And then he just stood at the exit going, I meant to say Arvo. I meant to say Arvo. And he shouted it at every customer that walked out.
I mean, if you're walking by that venue and you're only just hearing it, again, he might be going, I meant to say Abo. It just sounds like a really aggressive racist.
No, that's the worst.
Oh my god!
So that reminded us. I was doing a gig in Helsinki with a comedian called Luke Benson. Do you know Luke? Tall.
Spoiler alert.
Tall.
Luke's tall.
Yeah, it's one of his jokes.
Schmook Schmenson.
Schmook Schmenson's very small. Doesn't work for tall, does it?
How ironic. That's the joke.
That's a curve.
He's actually huge.
He was on stage in Helsinki, Finland, and he's doing this bit about my lass. He's like, my lass back home. He's telling about his lass. And then the audience, who are really going with all of his bits, just started like going quiet and not really going for this material about his lass. Yeah. And it was quite obvious to me straight away that they don't know the slang lass for girlfriend. Yep. So it dawned on me, but it hadn't dawned on him. And then I think he realised like a bit too late, had to wrap the show because he'd done his time and stuff. Okay. So he had a good gig, and then it just didn't quite land at the end. And then when he come off stage, I just come up with him, like proper held me game face, me poker face and everything. I was like, dude, you do know lass in Finland, in Finnish is like the N word. Like, it's basically, and he went grey, man.
Really?
Like, almost green. The colour just, I could see, because Lewis Cesarin was on stage wrapping up, you know Lewis, right? The host of the Comedy Estonia gigs and stuff in Comedy Finland. So he was on stage wrapping up, and you could see Luke had like a bit of a pang to go back on stage just go, I didn't realise that. But I had to stop him. I was like, dude, sorry, mate. It's just a prank. He was so happy.
It was just wasn't a funny bit.
To find out he hadn't just been dropping the L-bomb a fucking million times.
Just wasn't a funny bit. That's all. That's even worse. I should do. Like, I'm going to say adulting. Yeah, that goes in. Yeah, definitely. But unfortunately, it's never going to go away now. Now that it's in the dictionary.
I think it's going to stay there under the surface like a pepperoni, but it's never going to.
This metaphor is gone.
Oh, it was gone long time ago.
Muggles wait ages for a small amount of change in the newsagents before putting it in the charity box.
I'm such a muggle.
You do that?
I'm such a fucking muggle.
You do that?
Oh man, they'll go. That's $9.80. I'll hand them a tenner.
They just stand there.
They just wait.
They just drop it in the charity box.
And then just get. It is the worst figure as well. Like if you put in the tip jar. Yeah. You get them like 20 cents, 10p.
Yeah. That'll sort out those guide dogs.
It would have found its way there if you just fucking left.
That's what I mean. If you just left, it'd be in my pocket or in that jar. Done.
But
because you want to get that "you're welcome" thing. You want to get that as the change drops. They go, "Thank you." You go, "Hey, that's for me."
Yeah, just no. I wouldn't do it for the credit because it's almost an embarrassingly low amount of tip.
Like Barry Castagnola.
Thank you. Yeah,
like Barry had his 20p tip in Benidorm.
He did the little hand gesture, like keep the change for like 20 cents.
That he thought nobody saw. So yeah, it was actually like $9.80 or something like that. And I came back to the 20p, and Barry did a little 2-finger side movement, like you're swiping on an app, and he 2-finger side movement as if like you keep that for yourself, big boy. Yeah. And he thought nobody saw it. And I was just looking at him like, this is your next 4 days.
Rinsed.
It's still going on 3 years later.
Because that thing as well, the reason... I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but I've never mentioned it to you, so I'll keep it ever so brief. Everything that's $9.99, The reason for that isn't like to make you think it's cheaper than what it is, or smarter than that.
Yeah.
It's just so that they have to ring it through the till to give you some change.
Yeah.
So there's also the thing that if you give someone the tenner and walk away, they'll not run it through the till, put it down a spillage and pocket the money.
Yeah.
But you know
yeah.
what? Fuck the man.
Yeah, that's nothing got to do with us.
I'm not hanging around to stop.
I've done my part of this transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not here to fucking protect the name above the door.
Do you think that is actually the reason the 9.99?
That is the reason I read in the book about economics.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, because that's interesting now because, like, obviously, in Ireland, they're getting rid of ones and twos.
Right.
So everything gets rounded up or down. Same here.
Coins should be abolished.
Same here in Australia. So I don't know if you've noticed, everything is like 9.95 or 10. Like, you know what I mean? There's no. So basically, it's like the ones and twos are gone. So things just like will go up to a tenner. So it's that type of thing. But I guess it still goes in as 9.95 or 9.87 or whatever. You know. So I never knew that. That's an interesting fact from Kai.
And my to extend it is, why do they have £19.9 on petrol? They're always going to put petrol up to the button. But I think I've discussed this before, so we'll just move on to the next thing. Oh, hold on, what was your...
No, it was small amount of change. Yeah,
small amount of change. Definite Muggle Corner.
Definite.
I'm so in there. You know, I catch myself doing it every time. I don't know why I haven't done it before and went, oh, this has got to go in Muggle Corner.
Yeah.
Because I do it every fucking time. And then just walk away going, that was weird.
Because that's the other thing as well. Is sometimes, I've done it, of course. Like, you'll stand there and you go, and sometimes I'll only realise how much the change is going to be.
Yeah.
But then you've stood there so long that if you walk away, it's weird before you get it back.
And also, just the walking away thing is like, it's almost rude that you're just ghosting away. So they like go into the till and turn around, and you're like, oh, he's gone. But they're not that bothered. They're not going to be there going, well, that spoilt my day. Where's that man's manners?
What I do is I walk away, and then when I get to the door, I go, keep the change. 2p.
You lucky devil. Buy yourself something nice. Buy yourself a nice smock.
Smock. Okay, so that's in. Go on.
Right, so have I got one more to do?
I think so, yeah. We both got one more.
Oh. This happened, and I don't mean to stick this shit into the person who recently commented on the thing I shared, because I've seen this a little bit, and it's more verbally than on Facebook, but it's when people say, I wish I thought of that, about something you can only get credit for. So let me give you an example. I put on, I shared a video of someone putting the spoon under the tap, like washing the dishes.
Oh, yeah,
turns the spoon over, and as it sprays, it cuts to like a end of days type movie where like there's a tsunami and loads of fucking water gushing down.
A tsunami?
Tsunami.
A tsunami.
Tsunami's best season was 2006, Boxing Day.
They got all the worldwide credit. So many news reports. They were trending worldwide.
They were screaming at Tsunami. I'm fucking saying this. I'm going to Phuket next week. Well, in 6 weeks, you know. Bedtime sometimes.
Time means nothing. So go on, sorry.
So someone went, I wish I'd thought of that. Right? I'm going to say, you can say, I wish I'd thought of that if someone comes up with a good idea that could have benefited your life in a way like, you can get this spray-on suntan lotion where it doesn't like go greasy and like it's easy to put on. Oh, fuck, I've just come back from your holiday. I wish I'd thought of that. Like something that could have benefited your life if you thought of that. That was a terrible example.
It's not a great one.
But you know, if something...
So I know what you mean. What you mean is that, like...
Someone pays full price for a ticket for your show, but then they find out that there was the quick tickets that are only $10. Right? And they go, I've just spent $20 on the tickets. I wish I'd thought of that. They would have benefited your life.
Yeah, you mean a smaller thing rather than, like... where it's somebody coming up with like sun cream, like you were trying to say. That's an inventor coming up with that. That's somebody being paid to specifically come up with that.
Oh, I just meant come up with putting it on. I think I'm losing my train here, right? So let's rewind it.
Okay.
Right. If someone does something that could have benefited your life, and you go, I wish I'd thought to do that, right? But if someone comes up with a creative thing, like a joke or a video, and then they go, I wish I'd thought of that. It's like they're almost resenting the person who made it for getting credit for it. They're like, I wish I was getting all the credit he was getting for coming up with that thing.
It's like a negative compliment. You know what I mean? Because they're going, that's a great video.
Yeah.
But I'm annoyed.
And then I'm sure, I'm not sure, but I don't think that person shared it. So
that's even more annoying.
They didn't even credit the person that made it with a share.
God.
They just sat there going, I wish it was me.
Oh man, that is so great. I don't want to show anybody.
I wish it was mine so I could show people.
I definitely agree that I hate it. But I don't think it's muggly. I don't think it's a big thing.
It's more of a like narcissistic thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're not to shit on this dude because like you just said it flippantly.
Was it a comic?
I think so. I've never met him. I just saw.
Because if they're not a comic, then it makes even less sense.
Yeah, I think.
Because like, why would you do that? You're an accountant, Dave.
I think.
Why would you be editing funny videos?
I think it's a comment. And if he is listening to this podcast, I don't know if he's a listener or what. Like, don't take this personally.
No, of course.
I'm just making an example of you the same way I made an example of Stanley for saying blah blah blah.
Yeah, and I got away with it because I'm a legend. Blah blah blah.
He's getting away with it because he's finding out he's not a muggle.
Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah
Blah blah blah blah blah. So I think, I wish I thought of that about people getting credit. Like, no, you didn't think of it though. They thought of it, so just give them credit. Just take yourself out of the equation.
Yeah, what you should be is the next time and he typed it as well, so it's worse.
Yeah.
If you say it, then you're like, okay, I just said it.
Yeah.
But he wrote that out.
Mm-hmm.
He typed that out and hit enter.
Because it is quite common for a comedian to think of a joke and then a bunch of comedians are kicking themselves that they didn't think
Of
about
course,
it because
yeah.
they like it in their set.
But instead of going, I wish I thought of that, you should just go, what a great joke.
Fucking
What a great joke.
bam.
Yeah. And you know what? By you saying what a great joke, or by him saying what a great video, or by somebody saying what a great invention, you've implied that you wish you thought of that.
Yeah, fuck.
It's already there. Of course, it's not like somebody goes, what a great idea. I'm glad I didn't think of that. I couldn't deal with the pressure of the success that would bring to my life.
Penicillin.
So from now on,
penicillin, I wish I'd invented that.
From now on,
so that I could give myself a rash.
It's implied. If you say that's a great video, it's implied that you wish you thought of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I still don't know if it's in the corner.
Okay.
Because it's still a bit vague.
Well, we've both got to agree on it to be in the corner. So look, if you do say I wish I'd thought of that, you're not in the corner.
I'll be honest, I wish I'd thought of Muggle's Corner.
Well,
okay, here's my last one.
just enjoy Muggle's Corner for what it is.
Muggles set 5 alarms for the morning when they have to get up.
Natalie's listening. From the corner.
5 alarms, 10 minutes apart, or 5 minutes apart.
She snoozes each and every fucking one of them.
There's a comic called Matt Sadler, and he used to do a routine about this. And he's a doctor, right? He's a doctor. So he's like, he knows his shit. And he's just like, how does that make any sense? Why not just have the last alarm and get an extra 40 minutes uninterrupted sleep?
I sleep through alarms like a motherfucker, though.
Yeah,
I've slept through alarms and missed flights,
So
like
just
important, expensive flights. And I've
Just get a better alarm. Get a louder one. Make the sound noisier. How are 5 tiny alarms?
Because if you knock it off by accident in your sleep, because sometimes you wake up and you're just like, oh, fucking shut up, man, and you turn it
But
off.
that's what snooze is for.
Yeah.
But setting 5 alarms. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about preempting every 7 minutes. You know what I mean?
I think you're just trying to annoy the shit yourself out of bed, aren't you? I set 2 alarms this morning. One for Muay Thai, one for Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, this is different because you were out last night.
Yeah.
And they're an hour apart.
I set a really optimistic, I'm going to get up for Muay Thai alarm.
Yeah, and then
I set the, like, this is more realistic, you're going to fuck off Muay Thai and go to Jiu-Jitsu, which is a later
That's
class.
an hour apart.
Yeah.
That's not like, I'm talking about this, because even in an hour, you will get a better sleep.
Yeah.
Because you'll go back into REM, you'll go into a deeper sleep. Those 7-minute bits in between, not helping in any way. At all. So Natalie,
if this is going in the corner, I'm gonna get in the corner, but Natalie is gonna be.
Oh God! If my girlfriend's in the corner, I'm gonna get in the corner.
No. Like, ask yourself, how often do I have to set an alarm? Sometimes I go to bed and I'm like, oh, I have to be up on Thursday.
Yeah, and I've seen you set an alarm Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes. That is 400 alarms a day.
72 hours.
And I'm like, Kai, this is taking you. By the time you set all those alarms, it'll be Thursday. Straight in the corner.
Yes. Time is ticking. So
I think we need to.
That's it. So let's go through the Muggle corners and we'll decide. So you get away with it if you say, "I wish I thought of that" about stuff. Just let people have
Give people
dues.
credit.
Yeah. Another one like that sometimes comes up is sometimes someone will put a joke. And someone will go, oh, I was thinking that earlier.
Oh, that's even worse.
I hadn't said it. And you go, well, why didn't you just go, oh, I wish I trusted my thought enough to say it out loud.
That's a horrible comment. I was thinking that earlier. That's a really bad comment.
I was just thinking that.
That's a really bad comment.
Yeah.
That's like somebody scoring an amazing goal and somebody else going, oh, I was about to kick that in. I was about to kick that ball in. Sorry, before you kicked that ball in, I was about to kick that ball in.
Goal thief.
Goal thief.
about one of their own original thoughts.
Yeah.
Gold thief.
Original thought.
So, yeah, I think that's kind of in the same bracket, but it's not in the Muggle corner. You can stay out, but I've got you in there for a minute if you say blah 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 in the blah 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 in the middle of a conversation. And then if you refer to things as like being an adult or adulting when you're an adult and you have been for a long, long time.
Yeah, there's no. That's like children don't go. I'm childing. Childing. You just pissed yourself. I'm childing.
Childing.
Just childing around.
Fuck, I child a lot.
Yep. So 2 of them in. Couldn't give a shit about country's big sporting events. Straight in. Straight in. Right. Waiting ages for small amounts of change.
Fuck.
Straight in. And 5 alarms for the morning.
You pitched me a tent in the corner on that one.
You're checked into the Muggle Corner Hotel for a weekend, and you get all your alarms set. And when you're checking in and paying, they're like, "Here's your 5p change." You're like, "I'll wait for it."
And then I put "Do not disturb" on the fucking door.
Do not disturb because there's a sporting event that I don't care about.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
I've got some shit to say about your dad before we wrap this up.
Listen, bring it.
Fucking your dad's got a thigh gap.
We should say you were writing one of these earlier on, and I've never seen you laugh so hard at your own joke.
All right.
Okay, good. Your dad eats salad when he's on a diet, but still orders a side of chips and says, "Don't tell anyone."
Your dad put a £3 boost on a post on his Facebook like page that said, "Who's up? Inbox me."
Your dad sings along with hold music.
With what?
Hold music.
Hold music.
Let me put you on hold.
All night long.
Sorry, can you put me back on hold there?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Can you put me back on hold there? I love that song.
Oh, the pickup when he's just belting out the chorus.
Yeah.
Fiesta forever.
Barry Castaneda.
Yeah.
That is my favourite bit. And I like about that is when he does it and he waits the gap of silence and then he goes back, Fiesta forever.
He's taking pills at the taking pills at the Lionel Richie gig. But that's like the only song that's upbeat.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh man, love that dude.
Go on.
Wish I'd thought of that joke.
I was just thinking that before you said it.
And blah blah blah. Your dad keyed his own car because he fucked his wife.
Your dad's PIN number is 1234.
It's written on his card in case he forgets it. Your dad likes the feeling of his skin on leather on a hot day and he sleeps naked on the couch with the heating on during the summer months.
Your dad's password is password.
No 4, no 1.
No numbers, no capitals.
Your dad sprints home from work so he can get home in time for the cartoons.
Your dad's secret question answer is, Dad.
I'm spotting a theme.
That's the last one. Rule of 3.
Rule of 3. Do you want to hear the one I was laughing at a lot to myself
go on.
in the cafe?
Do you not want to save it till the end?
Nah.
Okay, go on.
Nah, I'm just going to put it where I put it. If you spray your dad with a hose, he snacks at the water like a dog. You see that when you spray water on a dog? It's like...
I know what you mean.
Your dad?
Your dad eats burritos with a knife and fork.
Oh, where am I up to? So impressed with me dog one. I'm really fancying a burrito now as well.
Oh yeah?
Should we go for burrito?
We'll get some cutlery.
Your dad plays U2 on full blast out of his phone speakers while he's on the bus.
That's standard. That's an Irish thing.
Yeah.
Your dad can't do a
national anthem.
Your dad can't do a 3-point turn. Takes him 7. Just 1 second. Am I okay?
Swaps
Am I
it
all
with his
right
mum.
there? You do this part. Make a beep noise like it's a modern car.
I like it. Your dad blacked up while your mum was in labour and called her a cheating bitch when you came out white.
That should be a great joke. That'd be a great joke for the doctors and nurses.
Yeah, fucking whore. That's not mine.
That's not mine. Your dad eats chalk ices over the sink in case any of it drips.
Seems like a wise thing
Sensible.
to do. Yeah,
That'd be in Australia.
Sensible Kev, that's what we call him.
Sensible Kev.
Your dad practices going down on your mum by playing the bagpipes.
It's more about my mum.
It's exactly the same motion.
Your dad plays whole games of 5-a-side as the goalie.
Oh God.
Fucking hell.
Not
Wears
even
shin pads and
not
everything.
even by choice.
Has full gloves.
Full gloves.
I mean, like
You mean he
proper
brings
goalie
gloves?
Yeah, but proper goalie gloves.
Not magic gloves.
Not like what did I get my Casa or something like that? You know, the old ones.
He wears scratch mitts that the scratch pads that you play with on the beach.
Where's oven gloves?
He wears them for the fairy five-a-side ball. You know, the big the green fairy five-a-side ball. He puts on the scratch mitts from the beach, and then that's as far as that's going to go.
Yeah, blah blah blah. This is the last one.
Better be good.
Better be good.
Your dad goes into Subway and asks for a Subway melt on wheat, no cheese, no meat, no salad, no bread, and then leaves with an empty bag and a napkin.
Love a Subway joke. Love a Subway joke. When your dad high fives kids, he recoils back and pretends that it's after hurting his hand. But what nobody realises is that he's actually in pain.
He's broken metatarsal.
He's broken his hand. Oh, it's so weak. I need to drink some more milk.
And it's a wrap. Look at the time.
What is it?
It's good. It's a good timing.
Loads of time. Brilliant.
Right, plug some shit. I just spat all over you. You didn't see that because of the podcast, but I just practically fucking barfed
Right in my
all
eyeball.
of yesterday's
Oh my
meals
God,
all
quick, suck
over.
it out. Suck it out. Suck it out. I think it's liquid. I think it's water.
Leave me out all over you.
Spat water on me. I'm still doing shows. Oh, my solo show starts next week.
So if you're in Australia, if you're in the remote city in the world, the most remote city in the world of Perth, Andrew Stanley's show starts next week.
Yep.
I've got multiple shows on. Check out our websites and shit, right?
Yeah, Fringe World
Fringe
or
World.
Facebook and Twitter, and you'll find out all the details
Yep.
of that.
And I'm going to plug Back Home. This is going out on Monday morning because it's Monday afternoon now, so time difference states that it's going to be Monday morning when it hits people's ears. If you're fucking in drivable distance, if you can get to Blythe by tonight, by 8 p.m, we've got the sickest lineup ever. We've got Mickey Bartlett, Chris Kent, and the Raymond and Mr. Timkins Review, hosted by Matt Reid. And it's the fucking launch of 2017 at Punch Drunk Comedy.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be pretty.
I don't know if it will
sweet.
match the last headliner Punch Drunk had of 2016.
That was you, wasn't it?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, but then I went on stage and wrapped up, so I was technically the last.
Well, the problem was when you went up and wrapped up, I was like, man, I was just thinking that.
You're just thinking what? I was just thinking what I said. Commit to the bit.
Commit to the bit. Commit to your bit.
Should have distinct like a commitment. So look, if you're in the northeast of England, you've got 4 gigs ahead of you. You've got Blythe tonight. You've got Bedlington on Tuesday. You've got Ashington, the home of Jackie Charlton, 1990 Irish hero. Yep. And that's on Wednesday. And on Thursday, you've got Cramlington. So get yourself to one of those gigs. Don't let it pass you by and you deprive yourself of all that laughter. And if you're in Perth, come see me and Andrew Stanley.
Yep.
And make it known that you've heard the podcast. That's
Share all this stuff out as well. Share this.
Yeah.
This podcast of Rooney.
Share everything. It's free for you, but just put a little bit of a click the button.
Yeah, don't just comment under it going, oh man, I wish I'd thought of that.
I think people have left already. This is the longest wrap up ever.
I don't know. We can make it longer.
Nah, let's say goodbye.
Bye.
Enjoy your week, folks. See you again.